I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, August the 29th, 2016. French news agency AFP reports that the Office of Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas said that the Palestinians are ready to take part in any peace talks aimed at a, quote, fair solution. This after reports of Russia's willingness to host talks between Israel and the Palestinians. The Times of Israel cites Abbas spokesman Nabil Abu Radene saying, "We are ready to participate in any regional or international initiative with the objective of a comprehensive and fair solution." As we reported to you last week, Egyptian President Abdel-Fattah el-Sissi said that Russian President Vladimir Putin wanted to host an Israeli-Palestinian summit to revive peace talks. A spokesman for the Kremlin said today, according to the Times of Israel, that there was nothing concrete yet about such a meeting. An IDF soldier who shot at a Palestinian man who was acting suspiciously and ran at Israeli troops is being questioned by the IDF's military police. The IDF said, however, that the soldier is not facing charges for negligent or involuntary manslaughter, which had been reported earlier in the Israeli media. We reported to you last week that a Palestinian man identified as 38-year-old Iyad Hamad ran at the soldiers at a checkpoint in the West Bank and was told several times to stop but ignored the calls, including shots in the air. He was later found to be unarmed and was said to have possibly been mentally ill. The soldier who shot at Hamad claims he followed protocol, feeling that his life and those of his troops were in danger when the Palestinian ran at them. Palestinian medical officials claim that Hamad was shot in the back. An investigation is ongoing. Former Defense Minister of Israel Benjamin Ben-Eliezer has died. Ben-Eliezer, known as Fuad, died yesterday afternoon at Ichilov Hospital in Tel Aviv from heart and kidney failure. He was born in Iraq and moved to Israel right after the establishment of the state. Fuad had a distinguished career in the IDF and served in Israel's Knesset for 30 years, serving as defense minister under Prime Minister Ariel Sharon. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said of the late leader, "I knew him and I esteemed his contribution and his special personality. In my many conversations with him, Fuad expressed his concern for and commitment to the future of the State of Israel that he loved so much." Former Israeli President Shimon Peres said, "I will remember Fuad as a courageous commander in the IDF, a warm person who loves people, whose heart was deep in the land and in the fate of our people." Current Israeli President Reuven Rivlin praised the former leader, saying he dedicated his all to Israel. Ben-Eliezer will be laid to rest tomorrow in the city of Hulon. He is survived by his wife and 5 children. He was 80 years old. The son of an Israeli-American terror victim is asking the World Scouts Organization to drop the membership of Palestinian scouts for glorifying his father's killer. U.S.-born Richard Lakin was murdered last October by 2 Palestinian terrorists in an attack on a bus in Jerusalem. The Palestinian Scout Association, recently accepted as a full member of the World Organization of the Scout Movement, named its leadership training course, which started last week, after one of the terrorists, Baha al-Yan. Michael Lakin wrote to the Scout organization in an open letter published by the Times of Israel that should you allow the Palestinian Scout Association to keep its membership, at the same time as they are presenting a murderer as a role model for future Scout leaders, then your organization is effectively a co-sponsor of this terror-promoting course. He further wrote that as long as Palestinian leaders nurture a culture of hate, encouraging school children to go out and kill, more violence is inevitable. Lakin said by encouraging hatred, they distance all of us from the love of and belief in peaceful coexistence for which my father stood. Local media in Poland reports that fans of a local soccer team gathered on Friday at a train station just before a game with a rival team that reportedly has large amounts of Jewish support in a demonstration of anti-Semitism. Fans of Wiedź Lodz burned effigies which appeared to be dressed as Orthodox Jews and held hateful and threatening anti-Jewish banners. This according to a report by the CFCA, the Coordination Forum for Countering Anti-Semitism, which monitors anti-Semitic incidents around the world. The American Jewish Joint Distribution Committee is keeping a close watch on the aftermath of the deadly earthquake in Italy last week. Following the 6.2 magnitude quake, the JDC, which is a partner of the Jewish Federations of North America, has been working closely with the Italian Federation of Jewish Communities to survey the situation and needs on the ground and determine strategic directions for a further Jewish response to the crisis. A name tag worn in Rio by Israeli bronze medal winner Yarden Jerby has brought in over $50,000 for charity. We reported to you last week that the Israeli Judoka put the name patch on eBay in order to raise money for the pediatric cancer unit at Tel Aviv's Ichilov Hospital. The bidding closed this morning with the Olympic patch bringing in $52,100. Jerby won the first bronze for Israel in Rio earlier this month, which was Israel's first Olympic medal since the 2008 Games in Beijing. Israeli judoka Ori Sasson won a bronze in the men's judo competition in Rio days later. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS from Monday, August the 29th. At 8, the Washington Post journalist Bret is the keynote speaker at the 2015 American Jewish Committee's Women's Leadership Board Spring Luncheon, honoring 3 women of courage. At 9 tonight, Mark Golub sits down with Israeli singer Noah on Lakin, and at 10, a roundtable discussion from the 92nd Street Y with guests including international architect Daniel Libeskind and renowned Israeli author Amos Oz. And coming up right after this newscast tonight, Mark Golub speaks with Chloe Simone Valdery, Director of Partnerships and Outreach at Jerusalem U, and an African-American who explains her opposition to Black Lives Matter's support of the BDS movement. That's on tonight's In the News at 6:30. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, August the 29th, 2016. I'm Teisha Bader.